One evening on the Bluesburg branch line, Smokey and Bentley were cooling their fires. It was Halloween, their favorite time of year. "You know," said Bentley, "I remembered you really hated Halloween for a year." "How come?" said Smokey. "Remember that one time I scared you?" "Oh yeah, with that stupid white top of yours," said Smokey Joe, rolling his eyes. Bentley chuckled. "It was very funny." "No, it wasn't," said Smokey. "You know, that reminds me of a story." "Which story?" chuckled Bentley, with a very devious grin on his face. "The one about Tilda, the old box van from my old railway." "You're right," said Bentley. "No, I'm serious," said Smokey. "Here's the story. Tilda was coupled to a train. Tilda went up the hill. Then her coupling snapped. She flew down the hill, derailed at the bend. What a thrill. Then she broke in half, pieces scattered everywhere on the railroad track. Tilda was never the same. Tilda, we have never seen you again." He finished very coldly. "That was the most stupidest story I've ever heard," laughed Bentley. "You call that a ghost story?" "It's not stupid," said Smokey Joe. "It really happened." "Uh-huh, and I'm the Tooth Fairy," laughed Bentley, as he rolled into his shed, leaving a very angered Smokey Joe behind. But he had a plan. He first called his driver. When his driver arrived, he explained his plan. "Oh ho ho ho," he chuckled. "You will get Bentley good." "Come on, let's get to work," said Smokey Joe. Smokey Joe decided to get Bentley's branch line coach from the coach yard for their prank. Once he did that, he returned and placed it outside of Bentley's shed, and then crept back into his without Bentley hearing him. When Smokey Joe was back in his shed, his driver left for home. Suddenly, a couple of hours later, Bentley awoke to rattling outside the shed. He went to see what the noise was. Then he was very shocked to find out what was outside the shed. There was a figure. Of course it was Bentley's branch line coach, but Bentley didn't know that. He thought it was Tilda. "Look, listen," he said. "I don't know if you are Tilda or not, but anyways, your story sucks, and I hope you leave," he said, before rolling back into his shed. A couple of minutes later, Bentley was awoken to another noises. It were more rattling noises. He went outside and froze when he saw the figure. Off the rails was his branch line coach. "So that's what I saw," he thought to himself, but he didn't have long to think when he saw an old grimy boxcar. "Tilda!" Bentley shivered. Suddenly, she reversed. Tilda reversed and shot at Bentley. "Help!" cried Bentley as he reversed back into his shed, but realized that he couldn't. His buffers wouldn't let him. At last he finally reversed into the shed. With much determination, he found himself constantly getting stuck because of Tilda holding him back. "Please, I'm sorry," said Bentley, constantly going backwards and forwards furiously, trying to get away from Tilda's grip. At last he rolled into his shed and shut his eyes tightly as rattling noises began and the ground began to shake. Slowly but surely, Tilda vanished into thin air. The next morning arose. Smokey Joe woke up to find Bentley's branch line coach on the ground. "Oh dear," he said. "I hope I didn't scare Bentley too much." Then Bentley came out of his shed, but not fully, to see Smokey Joe awake. "I saw her," Bentley shivered. "Who?" "I saw Tilda," Bentley said palely. Smokey Joe couldn't believe his own buffers. "Are you sure?" "Yes, she attacked me." "I'm sorry I called that story nonsense and rubbish. I know better now." "Well, I guess Tilda taught you a very good lesson,"